Jai Hind, Vande Mataram friends. We do the revision of chapter 6 market, and after that the cost of production. Now today I am going to do the revision of supply. You already studied there is a direct relationship between the price and supply. Now all that concept today we are going to again revised. So first, that is the production. So what is exactly production? So production is the amount of goods created by the available factor of production during the fixed period of time. Means in a particular period, when with the help of factors, means the land, labor, capital, enterprises do or create something, okay, that is known as the production. When production is taken place, ultimately the next concept, that supply has raised. It is that amount of production. So what is exactly supply? It is an amount of production which a producer is able and willing to sell in the market in a given price. Means supply is that part of production which is sold in market by the producer in a particular price and particular time, and most important thing is there, to do so he must be willful for that. Means वो उसके लिए तैयार होना चाहिए, यानी सामान बेचने के लिए तैयार होना चाहिए. That is the most important concept. Next is your stock. So what is stock? The total production of the commodity which has produced with the help of land, labor, capital and enterprises, that is called the stock. So stock is the total available amount of goods with the producer which can be offered for sale in the market as per the ability and willingness of the seller. Okay, so you can say the supply is the source of stock. If stock is appropriate, then only supply is possible in the market, otherwise not. Next is supply schedule. Schedule showing the seller willingness to sell in the market in various price is called the supply schedule. In this figure which is in your board, okay, your left hand side data, that price and supply, that is called the schedule. Okay, where in 5 rupees supply is 3 unit and rupees 25 unit supply is 15. It means as price has rises, supply also increase. So that is the supply schedule. Next is your supply curve. A curve obtained by plotting a producer's seller's willingness to sell the various price is called the supply curve. Beside figure in your right side of the schedule, that you can see, that figure is called the supply curve. Here in y-axis price is given and in x-axis supply is given. So you can see when price is rise from 0 to 5, supply also increase 0 to 3. As soon as price increase 0 to 10, 5 to 10, supply also increase 6 unit to 3 unit to 6 unit. As further supply increased from 10 to 15 or 15 to 20 or 20 to 25, then supply also increased from 6 to 9, 9 to 12 and 12 to 15 respectively, which shows that as price has rise, supply also rise, and point which join 5 and 3, 10 and 6, 15 and 9, 20 and 12 and 25 and 15, and when we join it we get one straight line which is called the supply curve. Here you can see that as prices are rising, supply also increasing, and due to that this curve is upward positive, its slope is upward positive, and that's why it is said that there is a direct relationship between the price and supply. Okay, now next one is the expansion of supply. Suppose in this curve only we assume that in 15 rupees price supply is 9 unit. Now price increase 15 to 25, then supply also increase 9 to 15. So this is your expansion, supply बढ़ गई. Similarly, if price fall for 15 to 5, at the same time supply also decrease from 12 to 6, and this is called the contraction of supply. So it is mentioned here, a rise of quantity supplied which occur when other factors are held constant but price of the goods is released, and contraction, a fall the quantity supply which occur when the other factors held constant but price of the grade is reduced. मतलब दूसरे फैक्टर से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, प्राइस के घटने या बढ़ने से सप्लाई में जो फर्क पड़ता है दैट इज द एक्सपांशन एंड कॉन्ट्रैक्शन. बराबर है. इंक्रीज एंड डिक्रीज में राइज इन क्वांटिटी सप्लाइड अकर व्हेन प्राइस ऑफ द गुड्स इज हेल्ड. बराबर है. प्राइस की वजह से अगर सप्लाई में जो है अप एंड डाउन आता है, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड द इंक्रीज इन सप्लाई. बराबर है. सो some of the factors other than price change the favor of supply. Similarly, decrease in supply, a fall in quantity supplied which occur when price of the goods is held constant but other factor, दूसरे factor की वजह से, प्राइस की वजह से नहीं, सप्लाई में जो उतार चढ़ाव आते हैं, that is the decrease in supply. Next, individual supply, the schedule of the individual seller showing the willingness to supply goods various price is called the individual supply. When any single person, okay, when supply is related to with it, that is called the individual supply. When the combined group of people influence the market, okay, and their combined supply is called the market supply. The sum of the total quantities which all the supplier in the industries are willing to supply a goods at various price is called the market supply. Most important concept, that is the supply function. Supply function of the mathematical representation of the relationship between the supply and goods. And equilibrium. Equilibrium is a situation where demand and you can say the supply curve cross each other and उसके नीचे कोई भी ग्राहक सामान खरीदेगा नहीं और सेलर बेचेगा भी नहीं क्योंकि उसको लॉस होगा, एंड दैट पॉइंट इज कॉल्ड द इक्विलिब्रियम प्राइस. एंड इक्विलिब्रियम प्राइस डिटरमाइन द पोजीशन ऑफ सप्लाई एंड पोजीशन ऑफ डिमांड इन द मार्केट. सो दिस मच आई हैव क्लियर्ड विथ यू हियर. आप लोगों को इतना मैंने यहाँ पे समझाया. आप लोगों को इसके साथ में दो तीन चीजें और इन्होंने एक्सप्लेन की है कि सर्टेन कमोडिटीज जैसे कि जो है पेरिशेबल गुड्स है, बराबर है, जो जल्दी बिगड़ जाते हैं, तो उनके स्टॉक और सप्लाई में बहुत फर्क नहीं होता है. वॉट एवर स्टॉक इज देयर, द सेम थिंग इज द सप्लाई. जो स्टॉक है वही उनके लिए सप्लाई होगी. तो पेरिशेबल गुड्स कौन कौन से होते हैं? तो मिल्क है, मिल्क प्रोडक्ट है, वेजिटेबल है, फ्लैश है मतलब मांस वगैरह, फिश है, राइपन फ्रूट्स हैं. तो ये सारे पेरिशेबल हैं, ज़्यादा टिकते नहीं हैं. सो इनकी सप्लाई और इनका स्टॉक बोथ बिकम सेम, दोनों एक जैसे ही होते हैं. ओके, अच्छा, इसके अंदर एक चीज़ और हमको अंडरस्टैंड करनी है कि सप्लाई का कोई एक्सेप्शन भी है क्या. तो अभी फिलहाल तो आपके बुक में जो है कहीं पे इसका कोई एक्सेप्शंस नहीं दिया हुआ है. सीधा सीधा आप लोगों को अलग अलग टाइप की सप्लाई और इन सब चीज़ों के बारे में बात किया है. स्टॉक और सप्लाई में क्या फ़र्क है, दैट आई ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन यू. इसका जो डेफिनेशन है दैट ऑल्सो यू हैव टू कीप इन योर माइंड, वो सब आपको ध्यान में रखना है और इस चैप्टर को फिर से एक बार रिवाइज करना है. ओके बाय, सी यू ऑल ऑफ यू, टेक केयर.